Anya lived in a grand mansion with tall gates, shiny windows, and a garden full of colorful flowers. Her family was rich, and she had everything a girl could dream of. Her wardrobe was filled with beautiful dresses, her room had toys from all over the world, and her parents loved her very much. But deep inside, Anya felt lonely. Her house was big, but it felt empty. Her parents were often busy with work, and her friends only cared about fancy parties and expensive things. Anya wanted something more, something real. She wanted someone who cared about her heart, not just her wealth. One sunny morning, as she sat by the garden fountain, Anya thought, maybe I need to find something outside these walls. That thought stayed with her until she decided to act. Not far from her mansion was a small village. Anya had never been there before, but she had heard stories about its narrow streets and kind people. One afternoon, with a scarf wrapped around her head to avoid being recognized, she walked to the village. The streets were different from anything Anya had seen. They were dusty but full of life. Children played with simple toys, women chatted while selling fruits, and men carried sacks of grain on their shoulders. Despite the simplicity, there was joy everywhere. Anya's eyes caught a small shop at the corner. Inside, a boy was arranging books on a shelf. His hands were rough, his clothes were old, but his eyes sparkled with kindness and intelligence. She felt an urge to know more about him. The boy looked up and saw Anya standing at the door. "Hello," he said with a warm smile. Anya stepped inside and replied shyly, "Hi. What's your name?" "I am Cany," he said. "I work here to help my family. What about you?" Anya hesitated for a moment. She didn't want to reveal she was rich. "I'm Anya. I love books," she said. "Then you've come to the right place," Cany said cheerfully. He showed her some old books and talked about his favorites. Anya was amazed by how much he knew about stories, even though he couldn't afford expensive schools or fancy books. From that day, Anya started visiting the village often. She and Cany talked about everything: books, dreams, and life. With him, Anya felt truly seen and understood. Anya and Cany's friendship grew stronger with every meeting. They sat under the big banyan tree, reading books and sharing their thoughts. Cany told Anya about his dream to become a teacher and help children in the village get an education. "Even if I don't have much money, I want to make a difference," he said one day, his eyes shining with determination. Anya admired his kindness and ambition. For the first time, she felt like she had found someone who truly cared about others, and slowly, her admiration turned into something deeper. One evening, as the sun painted the sky orange, Anya realized she was in love with Cany. His simple ways, his gentle nature, and his big dreams had captured her heart. But Anya also knew their love wouldn't be easy. She was rich, and he was poor. Their worlds were completely different. Yet, the thought of not being with Cany hurt more than anything else. Cany, too, started feeling the same way about Anya, but he was afraid. How can a poor boy like me even dream of being with someone like her, he thought. One day, Anyette's family found out about her visits to the village. Her parents were shocked. "Why are you spending time with that boy? He's not one of us," her father said angrily. "But he's kind and smart. He understands me," Anya pleaded. Her mother, worried about their family's reputation, said, "You need to stop seeing him." Anya's heart broke, but she refused to give up. She tried to explain her feelings, but her parents wouldn't listen. Meanwhile, Cany overheard the villagers talking about how Anya's family disapproved of him. He felt hurt and decided to distance himself from her. Anya and Cany couldn't bear to be apart. Anya decided to stand up to her parents. "You always taught me to be kind and follow my heart," she said. "Cany may not be rich, but he's the best person I've ever known." Her parents were moved by her words, but still hesitant. At the same time, the villagers began to support Cany. They admired his hard work and character, and they believed he deserved happiness too. Anya and Cany decided to meet one last time under the banyan tree. "If we truly love each other, we can overcome anything," Anya said, holding his hand. Cany nodded, feeling hope return to his heart. Slowly, Anya's parents began to see the truth. They noticed how happy Cany made their daughter and how he treated her with respect and love. They also saw how determined Anya was to fight for their love. Cany, on the other hand, worked even harder to prove himself. He started teaching children in the village, showing everyone his dedication and talent. The villagers and Anya's parents began to see his worth. After months of struggle, Anya's family finally gave their blessing. "If he makes you happy, that's all that matters," her father said with a smile. Anya was overjoyed. Anya and Cany got married in a simple ceremony surrounded by their loved ones. Their love story became an inspiration for everyone around them, proving that love can conquer all obstacles. Anya and Cany continue to live in the village, working together to help others. Anya used her wealth to build a school, while Cany became the head teacher. They showed that true happiness comes not from riches, but from love, kindness, and the courage to follow your heart.